I just learned a startling fact that genuinely makes me wonder why there are not international arrest warrants out for a minimum of Elon Musk and any member of the Doge team that was connected to cutting the U.S. aid program. And I believe that goes from the top on down because the Republicans in Congress allowed all this. Trump allowed all this. Remember when Doge was going into various government agencies, stealing data, cutting off funding, dismantling programs, doing whatever the hell they were doing in there, claiming that this is about efficiency. It's not. I mean, the only way that Doge is doing anything in any way that could be considered efficiency is from the most vile, unserious perspective. Like the old Republican adage, I don't remember who it was that said this, but their idea was they want a government so small that they can drown it in a tub of bathwater. These like absolutely disgusting people. Their idea of government efficiency, peak efficiency, is a government that just doesn't do anything or doesn't exist, because that's what you do if you're an authoritarian who doesn't believe in governance, which I think you probably belong in a mental health facility if you think that. And the last place you belong is in government. So the fact that I just learned, it is going to cost us $6.4 billion to deal with the legal ramifications and the cost of closing down those programs. And it will kill 1 million kids, 1 million people within the year. Over the term, we're anticipating it's going to kill 14 million people. These people that are in charge right now in the Republican Party, they are fascists. They are a death cult. This is the worst evil that human beings are capable of being. This ideology is the most hateful, dangerous, violent ideology. And they have the audacity to try to say that the left is violent. Because we tell people, we point to the danger, and we are watching it. We are watching kidnappings of people on our streets with these masked ICE Gestapo thugs that apparently somehow get to operate literally outside the law. Like, we are watching crimes happen daily. They did torture, they sent people, they renditioned them out of the country to third countries. This so-called government is dismantling the administrative state. They're undermining the rule of law, underlining our rights. They are shredding the Constitution a page at a time, principally. They are violating U.S. law and international law on a minute-to-minute basis. They have destroyed our healthcare system. The worst of that stuff is coming soon. 17 million people are going to lose healthcare. They made nearly $1 trillion in cuts to Medicaid. That's going to have a devastating effect on our hospitals, a devastating effect on our insurance, if we can even keep our insurance. Lots of people are already not able to afford their insurance anymore because of the hits to Obamacare. Medicare is going to suffer significantly. I think that was almost 500 billion in cuts. Like, this is not small potatoes. These are devastating. All so rich people can get tax cuts permanently, which is a major hit to the revenue of America, which we're going to have to pick up the tab. We can't afford it. People are losing jobs constantly. They did tons of job cuts, unceremoniously got rid of people, making it really difficult for them to get other jobs because they made up causes. And like, good luck trying to get a job if you can't get a recommendation from your previous role, right? These are civil servants. A lot of times these people could have made more money elsewhere. Yeah, so I was saying about the cuts to people's jobs in an economy that is just getting worse by the day. There are more people unemployed now than there are jobs. And now they're like trying to play games about being able to have Medicaid and Medicare with work requirements, which, like, they did this, I think, in Kentucky or Kansas before, and it was a complete disaster, and Republicans don't care. They don't serve their people. Red states are the worst states. They're the worst run states. They usually have more crime than their blue state blue state comparison. People get screwed up on this because when you look at like crime stats, it's based on per capita, right? So people will say like, oh, you know, blue states and cities have more crime. Like if you look at raw numbers, yeah, they also have massive populations. So with more people, you're going to get crime. And we don't seriously address crime in the United States. We don't invest in the things that actually prevent crime. The major driver for crime is wealth inequality and insufficient social programs, insufficient meaningful opportunities for people. When you treat people like they don't matter, and they don't have a place, and it's too difficult to fucking survive, and you deny them services because they're like wallet capped out of it, you know, that's what happens. And there's a lot of systemic racism. There's old problems in America thanks to white supremacy, and I don't care if you believe that or not. It's in the data. We have clear evidence of it. I don't really care about your feelings about it. Republicans cannot govern. And they are very likely going to wipe us out financially. And they're already like trying to crack down on our speech, like basically make it impossible for people to criticize them without risking everything. They want to take away people's driver's licenses for criticizing them. They want to take away our passports, basically set up an apartheid state in America, similar to what happened in Gaza over the last 75 or so years, where different citizens have different groups have different rights. How we get charged on things in terms of like costs. There's a whole mess of terrible things that they're going to be doing with the AI. I mean, they want to use AI to determine whether people are going to be able to get like Medicaid and Medicare, and who knows what else they're going to do with all this stuff. Like there's just so many awful fucking things happening with this regime, and it's because of fascism. It's because of very sick and twisted oligarchs that have more money than like humanity and sense. Capitalism is just destroying the fucking planet. It just is. Like we're all suffering under the same shit. Like anywhere you go in the country, you're gonna have an affordability crisis. Like even places where it seems like it's more affordable to live, good luck finding a job that actually pays you better, because they adjust your salary based on your zip code, based on your cost of living, which is insane. Like same skill set, same fucking job, but you know, we're gonna cap it to what your living costs are. And also, like, if you don't serve billionaires, you get a tax. You get a tax. You only can really make a certain threshold of money, which is barely enough to get by. But if you serve billionaires, you can make a little bit more, sometimes a lot more. If you just leave your conscience aside and are willing to do a bunch of heinous and possibly illegal stuff, you can make a lot of money in America. If you're willing to just shut your mouth and play the game, you can make a lot of money. And that's not what I want to do. I don't want anything to do with that. And I don't know what my future is going forward. Like I don't even know if I can count on being able to have the money that I fucking earned not be wiped out by these people. Because they're scheming. They're scheming to go after, like, I think they already made our retirement accounts accessible so these assholes can make a bunch of risky bets. I wasn't aware that our Social Security trust fund is mostly like I thought the money was set aside for us naively. I never thought to ask how it worked. I just trusted that it was going to be there for me. And I knew that Republicans always fucked with it to try to raise the retirement age or whatever. I know that it's been borrowed against before. I didn't know that was an ongoing thing. You know that they basically borrow from our Social Security fund to fund wars and shit? Trillions of dollars, and there's like trillions of dollars in IOUs. And I don't trust Democrats or Republicans to make sure that all of us are taken care of, because unless it serves their corporate donors, it doesn't seem to matter. I want both of those parties to be hollowed out with the disgusting, corrupt leaders that are there now, that have been bought by corporations. Not all of them. There's a handful of people in there that I think are principled, that they don't take like AIPAC money and PAC money. Like I give credit to like people like Marjorie Taylor Greene. She doesn't take AIPAC money. AOC. Who else? Ilhan Omar. Maybe Ron Paul, I think, or Rand Paul, which I don't remember which one it is. There are some there that don't take that money. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of Marjorie Taylor Greene, but at times she's principled. Like she's asking for the names of the people that are involved in the Epstein files to be read into the record in Congress so that women can be protected, so they don't end up getting sued into oblivion by powerful, sick people. Anyway, man, we got to pay attention, and we gotta find a way to resist. So lean into community. If you got extra money, donate to mutual aid funds, strike funds. Don't forget to sign up for generalstrikeus.com. That's a growing thing. Get on the nokings.org page and be there, be squared for the gigantic No Kings Day on October 18th, I think it is, right? Join up to your local Indivisible chapter. Go to your local town council meetings. Get involved in your community in some small way. Talk to your neighbors. Talk to the people that might need some extra help with the things to come. Like if you know that people are kind of going to be in a bad way when they start doing the most severe cuts. If you have serious problems with like hospitals closing down around you, offer to help people out to get them to the next nearest hospital. Keep an eye on them. If you want to go to my Patreon, patreon.com/Bornfree44. Trying to add more and more resources. There's a video on there about how to resist under fascism, under authoritarian rule. They have some resources discussed in the video, and I think there's some stuff in their video description. There was a pretty good talk on that about different kinds of activism and different ways to resist, and there's some discussion about how to form, like ways you can form like resistance groups. We all have to be aware that we're going to have to make a decision, and we have to be doing that in advance. I say in public, we show our brave faces against fascism. At times we're going to be terrified inside, and that's okay, that's human. But we have to make a decision to resist, and we have to make a decision to live with whatever consequences might come from that. That's where I'm at. I just I swore an oath, and I meant it. I am technically, like I did my service. I did my 8 years. I'm not, under the U.S. military anymore. This is the last president I would want to be serving under. I guess technically I served under Bush and Obama a little bit. If I have that right, that was Bush. Because I joined in 2002 and ended in 2010. I'm blanking on when Obama got elected. I think I remember the election happening in when I was in Iraq for Obama. So yeah, I really hope you guys are doing okay and hang in there, and we will keep pushing on no matter what happens. Even if they basically just make elections irrelevant, we still push forward. We still demand that we have a better nation for all of us and a better world for all of us, because I don't really care about borders. I'm not like saying I'm an open borders person. That's not what I mean. I mean that, like, I don't think the patch of dirt you were born on should dictate that you get any less rights than anyone else. That's just my position. I think the basics should be covered wherever you are. In some cases, I wish that we had like a more fair global policy where we all get the minimum stuff taken care of. And there's no reason why we can't do that, because we have plenty of resources. We do, across the whole planet. There's no reason for anybody to not have a house or housing. There's no reason why we can't have clean air, clean water, high quality education, child care, a retirement with dignity, and a place in our community, and have free time to explore our interests and be with our families and stuff. There's no reason why we can't have all that. The only people that are stopping us are people that just eat up everything for the sake of profit, and then people that are in government, like authoritarians, that refuse. And like, I'm not, I haven't really been a big fan of our system in the United States. Like, we're like a slave to capital, and capitalism is like the cancer on the planet. I don't think capitalism is remotely the answer. I don't think it's at all efficient. I don't agree. Like, I care about reality, and it's fair to criticize the harms of capitalism. It is. I'm not saying any one system is the answer for everything. I think it's probably some balance of a handful of systems that we're already aware of. Or we can come up with something new. I don't know. But it's not wrong to advocate for something better. We have to have something that we're motivated for, rather than just, this thing sucks, not that. I get the criticism every once in a while. People will give, like, you just talk about the problem. It's like, well, okay, we have to talk about the problem. This problem is, like, a lot of times I just talk about what I think the solution is, and then people get mad about that too. They're like, oh, you're crazy. You're crazy. You're pie in the sky. You can never get that. I'm like, well, I don't agree with that. I think if we just decide to, look at all the shit that humanity has done when we just decided to do stuff, and then we organized around it, and we worked as a collective to get it done. That's for all things. Good, bad, ugly. You mean to tell me that we can't figure out a way to work all together to make sure everybody's got things covered, and that there'd be room for, some people to work super hard and get extra? Okay, I got no problem with that. As long as you're not hurting anybody, as long as you don't get too much power, as long as there's a balance, I'm cool with that. I'm not saying like, everybody gets paid the same. I'm saying everybody should get the base level. That's what I'm saying. Raise the floor. What's that thing? Rising tide lift all boats? Something like that. The tide can be funded by taxing the wealthy, so we all do well. And then the people doing the crime, sorry, you have to stop. You have to stop. We have to stop you. Things that are hurting other people, that's crime. Anyway, bye.